Financial accounting. We've been talking about the expanded accounting equation. You'll remember that assets equal liabilities plus stockholders' equity, which makes up that beautiful financial statement known as the balance sheet. We've also looked at the rest of the accounting equation, which is plus revenue minus expense. Revenue minus expense shows up on the report, the financial report, known as the income statement. Now there is a statement that links together the income statement and the balance sheet, and it is called the statement of stockholders' equity. And we need to think about what order of preparation do we do these financials in. And I will share with you that the first one you do is the income statement. The second one you do is the statement of stockholders' equity. And the third one you do is the balance sheet. Now you're saying, how will I ever remember this? Well, if you think about how we abbreviate income statement, it's IS, or income statement. The way we abbreviate stockholders' equity is SHE. And the way we abbreviate balance sheet is its initials, BS. So you can remember this. Is, she, BS. Okay? Now, sometimes instead of doing the stockholders' equity statement, if there's no real change in our stock account, our external ownership, we may just do a statement of retained earnings, which is our internal ownership. If I just do a statement of retained earnings, it looks like this. You have beginning retained earnings plus net income, or minus the net loss, minus dividends gives me my ending retained earnings. So the statement of retained earnings, beginning retained earnings plus net income minus dividends equals ending retained earnings. Now let's see if we can do the math thing with this. So think of this as kind of like accounting Sudoku. How does that sound? Or crossword puzzles if you like those better. In this example, we have revenue of $240. We don't know the expenses, but we do know that net income is $80. Can you figure out the difference between revenue minus something equals $80? So what are our expenses? Did you say 160? You're right. Okay. So that's the first thing we prepare. That was the what? Income statement. The second thing we're going to do is the statement of retained earnings. And it tells me beginning retained earnings is $200. Do you know what net income is? Yeah! Oh! So net income is what? 80. Do I know what dividends are? No. Do I know what ending retained earnings is? No. So I can't finish it. So let's go on to the balance sheet and see if we can come up with some good numbers. Well, here I don't know what total assets are. I don't know what liabilities are, but I can, oh look, stockholders' equity retained earnings. Is this beginning retained earnings or ending? You're right, on the balance sheet, only ending retained earnings shows up. So that ending retained earnings can come up here, it's 280. So if that's the case, what were the dividends paid during the year? Nothing. Okay, so let's see what else we can find out. We know common stock, we know ending retained earnings, we know, if I know total liabilities plus stockholders' equity, I know total assets, because assets equal liabilities plus stockholders' equity. So the only thing I have to find is liabilities. Well, it looks like owner's equity or stockholders' equity comes to 380, and if the total is 580, then liabilities must be $200. So maybe you too can play accounting Sudoku.